that later. All right. So first things first, today's diagnosis this morning turned out to be, oh, is there Nike checks on my wrist? Sorry. That distracted the fuck out of me. All right, you saw that though. That's cool. I didn't see that. All right. Anyway, the inside candle opening up in range underneath the floor. Boom, bada bing. That obviously stayed true. We did see a little bit of a retracement, pulled back, but based on what I'm seeing right now, and it's lower volume, I still think that there's a possibility to move up and over this box. Obviously, kind of stalling on the lack of volume here. The target to the upside and still yet to be retested is the 575.60 mark. Still looking at that one. So here's the deal: if you think that's worth the risk to reward, not knock your socks off. But I would say a lucrative hedge would be looking down underneath you at 566, right? Also, but as far as the 24-hour candle setup, which is where we receive the majority of our plays, we're closing with a 24-hour candle. And the question has to be, what have we lost? What have we gained? We've done nothing, right? And so in terms of buying, buyers have done their job and at least kept us up. And in terms of selling, we've lost nothing, credible, at least in my opinion. I know that this large fluctuation in price that we experienced here plays directly into the channel that we're also uh, uh, in control under. And so obviously with that floor reclay, and the idea is the first green candle to my left, and that's right here at 577, 575. And if that's broken, we could be looking at another new high following SPY to 590. So alternatively, if we don't go anywhere at all, I think we see one of those bad boys. I don't know why I got BA up here. All right. Oh, there's the ban. Trump coin going sky high. Be ready. Um, but dude, if yeah, we'll talk about it later. But dude, when Trump was out of office, oof, oof, crypto's gonna hurt for a second. SPY, 24-hour candle, same so basically everything that I said this morning is quite literally the true, right? Now, with one day of pause, I could see, just like we saw here, a possible another open inside. But the reality is, again, we're in range. So if you're looking down, the 50% mark is 641.12. That would be the first retest. And if you're looking up, it's over 646. These are the days where I feel very little pressure to push into those type of ETF trades if nothing's happened. Just nothing's happened, Otherwise, you're just trading off of FOMO, which is emotion, and you should not do that. All right. Thanks for the tiny diny, Blake. Tiny diny. All right. So last one, we've got IWM. Hey, yo, quit taking pictures of me, guys. Get a life. We saw live trading. So I actually see this one the same way that I saw it this morning. Now we're seeing a red candle pullback here. So the obvious inclination is that 231 is liable to get retested. Now going to the 4-hour, okay, to the 4-hour. I think we're still resting, right, on top of that structure. So keep an eye uh on that next leg down, which is 232 and 231.50. So but as of right now, in terms of a play, it does have empty space. I typically don't like taking straight up projections. Those like to reverse on you and turn into boxes. So especially at that 50% mark. So all three ETFs, you guys got the action last week and hopefully you took advantage of it. But we could go back into a little consolidation. So floating head. That's funny. All right. All right. So we all three ETFs, little dookie. Tomorrow, Forex Factory. And again, FOMC members are speaking for the entirety of the week. That is going to affect things. Tomorrow, we don't really have anything happening whatsoever. However, Wednesday as well, nothing happening. Thursday, we do. We talked about that this morning. So as far as catalyst, you got to basically be hoping that something happens overnight based on some, earnings, or which we don't have a lot of that this week until later on. So it does make sense to me that we could be building, and that's why today, ETF wise at least, isn't setting up in an incredible fashion. So, all right, yeah, for sure. I got no action last week. Are we talking about stocks? Or what's up?
Astro, it's okay, man.
That's all right. Single moms don't bite all the time. I'm sorry. I gotta stop. All right. So we gotta I love you, Astro, so much. So much. I'll smile at a Tesla today. All right. If you have anything you want me to take a look at, we'll take a look at it now. Before, I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at Tesla. Yes, which is a play that I'm Hey, calm down. No, I didn't
We could
skip
just cut the
anybody.
line like
No,
that?
no. I'm doing my analysis.
No. I'm joking.
Buddy.
You got it.
You better listen now, Astro.
Hold on. We don't want to get too commandy in here. You know what I'm saying? People misinterpret that. Anyway, 355 is my target to the upside. Don't overcomplicate it, especially if you're already in it. I'd like to see that hit by tomorrow. Obviously, I'm asking for a lot to get to 380, but I think that's, looking left. How many times is this 362 mark? That's the 50% mark of this dumbass little range up here that we projected. So the bottom of that box makes sense. The 50% mark of that area makes sense for a trip up here. And of course, I've talked about this as well. There's a sneaky little gap in there. Ooh, right there at 401. So, very, very good. Astro said, what? It's all right. You said TSLL. It's the same thing, guys. What the fuck? It's not actually. They'll have the same setup and one will lag over the other. It's kind of dumb. So I guess while I'm doing that, I'll just hop over and look at this. And again, I'm looking at mine first. But TSLL, that's going to the 50% mark, which again, lagging, that's $14. Okay. Grip and Rip, I already have those, my boy. And if you grab oh, Tesla. Come back.
Popping.
Damn, Shotty. Okay.
Be nice to her.
I am, but only for the night. Tomorrow morning, I'm out of there.
Oh my God. Hit and run.
But that's how you listen. I know that's funny, but that's dead ass how you should. What'd you just say?
That's it, rape and dip.
Rape?
Oh my God.
Dude, don't say that. That's awful.
No, but we're doing it to stocks, not humans.
Yeah, but let's not get me banned, and let's just not use that word, period.
This doesn't happen in Alex.
Ever.
But they're already banning you every day.
All right. Well, let's
right
not.
now. Lock in.
For anybody who have children out there or anything like that, I know they can handle a cuss word, but that's too much. All right. Anyway, you do want to leave these. You want to basically that's how I think about it. If I see an opportunity, I take it. The next morning, I get the hell out of there and sell my contracts to some loser. I'm not assuming they are one, but in the moment they are to me. But 357 if you're looking at Tesla going into tomorrow, and then with TSLL, that's the 50% mark, and that's going to be right there at 13.95. Hey, yo, chill out. I definitely do not have any more. Yeah, I don't have any more kids. No more, just two. I hope I don't have any kids out there.
Bisectomy, Potter.
Bisectomy? What the fuck is that? A different
Bisectomy. Get your
huevitos
chopped off.
It's a vasectomy. I don't know what a bisectomy is. That sounds wild.
Vasectomy.
All right. Speaking of that, where is-
Are you making fun of him because he's Spanish so he can't pronounce?
Yeah, see this guy? He's making fun of me, bro.
trying to make you better. All
Paul
right,
should never
so
do that.
ALK, shut the fuck up, Mago. Jesus Christ. $60.75 was that top of that range there. Obviously, that's what's been hit today, but we're holding. We're doing good. Now, this is a range. That is the only resistance I had. Tomorrow, I'm looking for a $62 target on ye old AOK. Neo was a good trim profit today, but obviously now calling for a potential reversal. You could make quite a bit of money if that ends up happening. Obviously, enacting that as a hedge if anybody is still involved with Neo. Other than that, Snow stayed in its fucking box today, but did reject the top again. So I'm gonna do it again, I guess. But I am looking for a bounce off of 191.36. If it doesn't do that, word. Calling I took Tesla. Hope everyone else did. Thank you, Goat. Hell yeah, Peter. You know, I knew a guy named Peter Johnson once. Calling ice, you racist. All right. What'd I say? Is that Stelio in the chat? All right. If you have anything you want me to take a look at, go ahead and drop in the chat. That's it from me for now. The watch list, which is Tesla, Snow, UPS, TTD, Kava, Trip, Neo, and AOK. Obviously, none of those are really stepping up to the plate in a way that I want to see it step up to the plate. So, by the way, Alex, if you don't mind, when I post this, will you go back to that moment and edit it out, please? Thank you. My video on YouTube can take it down. I know. All right, so we've got Bull, which I know you guys asked me about this morning and has not changed, still sitting at cost basis, hasn't lost its floor. You are in limbo. You are waiting for your signal. And unfortunately, you just don't really have one on the 2 hour. You're holding your little box really well. I think you could use a nice little retest of 1481. I really do. Is that the jade duck in the back? Yes, it's the jade duck. It's nice jade. All right. UPST. Some stocks there is nothing else to say. You know, it's just you're waiting. That's it. All right. So for UPST, you got a nice candle close. Let's go ahead and, again, boil things down. Candle close, you are above that. But the wicks over here to your left still standing as a resistance, 4 hour. You can see how that's affecting you as well. But it does look like you have the right momentum, and all you need right now is a reclamation of the 71.62. Now, again, this is an earnings wick. I'm trying to disregard that, earnings wick. Trying to disregard that and just focus on the empty space that was left up in front of you, up to 77.60 and 78.86. So don't overcomplicate that one either, but you did a good job. Your chart looks good, Philo. Thanks for posting your chart, by the way. I really, really appreciate that. It's nice to see.
Hey, Garrett.
Wow, that was passive.
Garrett, side note, TradingView just came out with their 70% off if anybody's interested.
Yo, that's really dope. Yeah, I don't make any money off of that, but you heard the man. There is a 70% off right now. If you do not have premium, you need to get it now.
Use code Big O Cubes.
Jesus Christ.
Our big hairy boxes works.
Or my Tesla referral link.
All right, you know what, Big O? I hope somebody polishes your head with shoe polish and not whatever they use for head polish. I bet that shit burns. I don't know.
They use KY.
Okay. 25.28 is your target on Ford directly to the upside. That is a previous resistance that you've met multiple times. That is actually 12.95. But then this is my B right here. Now, as far as structure or anything else to the upside, you don't really have anything else to go off of. And the most recent price action, it is empty space, technically to 12.81. So if you've taken this or you're taking it, you've got a good place to set a stop loss. And I think that's always, if you're going to do, you know what they say, if you're going to be dumb, you got to be tough. In this case, if you're going to be dumb, if you have a good stop loss, that's fine. Be stupid, whatever. You're going to pay for it if you can't afford it. But at the end of the day, if this shit didn't make sense to me, but you love it, it all like, and I really mean this. I cannot tell you how important this is. Having a stop loss that basically is a trigger to the opposite side of the trade, right? Okay, if we fall back underneath what we broke out, what's underneath me? It's not rocket science, right? There's empty space or vulnerabilities. Bam. Oh no. Right? So if you can have a good stop loss, you know where that candle close is. Do your thing. You know what I'm saying? All right. So CCL up in hedges. Should I average down? Average down. Are you short? In oh up. Okay, sorry.
I have
Uh,
calls
in hedges.
and I have puts for to hedge myself, but
What
both
is?
positions are down.
Okay. So you need 3150 to break, right?
Yeah.
And that should lead you to the 50% mark of this range, which looks like 3250 as well, or 3250, excuse me. I mean, I'm not mad at how it's closing. You know, you can't be mad at that. It looks good. Obviously, there's a retest looming if you cannot or do not have the supplies or the volume to grab hold of the next ledge, you will come back for the volume that is missing. And that's where, yes, of course, 3072 would be a retest area. But I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. This is one of those trades that if you fell into this box, there's no telling how. I mean, yes, there's empty space right there, and I'm not trying to tell you to get out of your edges, but at some point, if this thing stops moving, it might be better just to reposition and not get stuck in it. So basically, what I'm saying, or what I would want out of this stock, is within the next 2 days, you need to get to ripping back with continuation straight.
Yeah.
So, and if you see that, you know, good. But if you don't, uh, you know, obviously, if you stop out of the calls and it's moving down and through this empty space, then do what you know, manage that. But if it like bounces, which, you know, again, 3072 is where it could bounce, or even come down here at 30 and bounce, like that's where things could get ugly. And I would just, you know, moonwalk my way out of there. So,
All right. How do you feel about? I know you don't like averaging down, but you think that'd be a good idea? Because I'm down pretty like half, like 50% on them.
okay. I wouldn't add an insane amount of risk if you did that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like I
Yeah.
would, if you did, I wouldn't add a ton of risk, just enough to maybe bring your average down a tiny bit. But at the end of the day, you know, this isn't like cream of the crop
Just
here, but
just watch it for 2 days. Yeah,
yeah.
I got kind of excited. I was like, oh shit, it finally broke. Let me buy it. And then
Well, one thing I will say, and this is something, and I do see, you know, with this channel continuation, but one thing that's kept me safe, you know, especially the last couple of years, is like if it's ripped, I've just learned to detach myself. I'm either part of that rip, and sometimes you get a rip up to your, you know, like a break. But if I can't catch that rip coming out of the box or something like that, that's where it makes it a lot tougher for me to like. I actually I think some people might notice this too, but like I actually kind of like in a way get discouraged when things rip too fast, even if I'm already in. I'm like, fuck,
okay,
because if it's a
I'm
multi-day
glad you
play,
said that.
yeah, because it's like, yo, that's now leaving behind. And if you can grab hold of a ledge, like, cool. If you can trigger a box, cool. But if you can't, right, and you stall, that's where I have my issues. You know what I'm saying? Because now
Okay.
it makes for a dangerous playground.
Because I literally had that thought when it was ripping. I'm like, damn, this shit went up so much in like one day. And, today we're like halted or whatever. So, all right, I guess next time I'll just wait till I get like a
Yeah, that's
better
how I
like
would do, man.
touch.
Yep. By the way, look, dude, look at these sleeves, man. Yeah, all kinds of bro. This shit's so cool. Fuck yeah. All right. SNCI. That's it. I thought I read that written. Jesus Christ. That earlier. Did I write that down? Yeah, SNCI. So there's a lot that's gonna have to happen here. My focus here is on this leftover empty space and that wall. I think once that's done, you can start looking up, you know, for sure. But that being said, wait. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, guys. Huh. Just got
Nothing
a
beats a Jet2
A
holiday.
Jet2
And right
holiday. Oh, thank you, Ivy. That was good intermission music. Um, yeah, I ordered Nike shit, and I just got confirmation that another package was dropped off of the same exact order, and I just saw the truck drop it off. So I just got a free order or something. Cool. Anybody wants a $185 sweater? I like SMCI on that floor, though. I mean, right now it's a little bit lackluster, but I think with this triggering, the empty space above you, it does look good. Let's see here. Coin. Not a huge fan of that price action. Although I mean this is, for me when I look at this, I'm like, okay, you're in a box. You have a great opportunity to the upside. You left a gap, right? You did leave a gap up there. It's gonna go back up eventually. That just guarantees to me that, given the right catalyst, and here's where that catalyst may actually, I did go over CCL, yeah. This is where that catalyst may be, right? You bounced off of it already. You might end up seeing 302. If you punch down below that, you have empty space for sure. And what I would assume would happen here, if that was the case, is this. I think you would end up dropping somewhere into here, into the 273, 274s. So this is honestly, and I'll write this one down too. I don't mind if there is, as long as there's opportunity on the chart. I don't care which side it goes. You know what I'm saying? Like either side is fine for me. If this thing dumps down, and if it dumped, obviously the way that it ripped, fuck, man. You know what I mean? Like now you have two golden opportunities up above you. So Potter, I got some 1350 riot calls this morning. Should I hold? Well, I'll take a look at it. Now you should know where you need to get out. Yeah. If I was in riot and I had bought them this morning, here's what I would say. What's the reason? Why? Why are you getting out? Is there empty space up above you? No. There's a little pocket right there actually. So you could definitely, that does give enough, to maybe get to 1456. But I think this is like where overthinking, you start to like anxiety hits, you get all these thoughts. Well, this could what's the reason? The candle's closing up against the floor that says positive action. You pulled yourself up off of the base this morning. That's pretty impressive. So, yeah, there is still a chance that this thing doesn't work out. But with the candle close that I see in front of me, what would be my reason to get out? You know? Uh, Let's see here. Hood to the upside. And these 12 milligram pouches are spicy. On the goat. Bah. All right. This one, Hood's not my favorite right now. Now, in terms of consolidation, I'm not trying to pretend to be a genie here, but this fucker's gonna rip. It's gonna break. I would venture to guess that's probably gonna be within the next month. Right? We've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like the waves on this thing are pretty crazy. The amount of tension, right? We could probably go to the weekly. What do we have? Right? Basically the start or our weekly consolidation. So the conclusion we can come to, is you have a fuck ton of empty space underneath you. You've got all-time highs directly up above you. So, at this point, you are just waiting for either a lower time frame setup, which it has multiple, right? There's a box down here that you avoided breaking cost basis. There's a box down here, which you bounced off of already before. So you've drawn all the volume out of the boxes underneath you. So when and if this does come down, it'll be fun. I do be overthinking it. Sometimes I just need another opinion, but I need to be more confident. You need to, so here's what, let me interject really quick there. I just need another opinion, right? Have you tried having an opinion and then seeing if your opinion is right, right? The anxiety in between making that opinion and seeing if that opinion is right can sometimes be a little bit stressful, but that is the first steps to being able to feel good about the decisions that you make rather than just watching something go without you and you were right, but now you don't have a piece of it, so you don't really see, you don't get that confirmation. But like, yeah, having an, you know, taking a position and looking at the candle close and having a checklist of like, okay, what's above, what's below, why would I sell, what's been reclaimed, you know, answering simple questions is how do we get to simple conclusions. And I try to keep it simple because there's so much room for overthinking within this market that you can sit and fucking uh trudge, you know, through a shit chart trying to find a good play when it's just better to move on or, you know, wait. ALR. Oh, oh, got you. Okay. uh I don't know what to do. So up. What are we doing? Up. Okay. So, I mean, I'm not going to argue that it has empty space. That's for sure. And I also can see very clearly that that resistance at 2250 has been doing work. On the 24-hour, this shifts all of a sudden, and now it's this resistance on overhead that's kind of kept this in play. Now, it does also seem that you have a box underneath you, so that would put you at cost basis. You have a box that you came out of right here, and that would be where you would land, which is at $14 even if you punch down through here. I think the obvious thing here is that if you punch or push over the top, this rejection, which is the 50% mark of this wick, right? That's how we deal with wicks, guys. If you have a wick outside of a candle close, it's the 50% mark of that wick that's going to be, it's 50% everything, dude. 50% of that wick is going to be where the only resistance that can be found. So with that being said, over 2220, that's where you're taking this to try to go for 1, 2, and your third and get that break. And that would, yes, be a inverse head and shoulders. Which I don't do that shit, but I do recognize that pattern. All right, so Palantir, or AKA the AI of death. We're tracking my anti-Israel sentiment right now as we speak. I see that pigeon outside of my house watching me. I mean, just simple, right? Again, when you fall underneath something, uh, you know, you got to lift the lid off of you to get back up outside of that hole. You know, like you're going to have to get above the candle close 161.14. That'll open up the play for the empty space up above, obviously. And this is what you're dealing right there here. Strong buyers at the bottom, right? So if you see a candle close underneath 154.60, you could see another leg down inside of that box. But I think this is just a waiting game here to see the 2-hour. Yeah, you even left a gap right here at 159. So keep your chin up. All right. Shut up, Danny.
Be nice.
Not you, Danny. Other day. All right. Yes, I did go over bull. I don't really see that big of an opportunity in that at the moment. Mhm. I'm just kidding. I love you, Danny. All right. Sag, solar gate up. I did go over that. Yes. Um. hmm. So looking at this potential to the upside, let's see how it performs at 31.14, which it looks like it's possibly going to go hit. You are, again, I can't say it's impossible. What? In the door? Oh, yo, will you check the mailbox or if there's a package out there? I just got a second confirmation letter. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they sent me double. That'd be crazy, dude. Yeah, and so like I'd say that this has the potential for both, right? You could see this move right here, but kind of build and break, or punch down and retest it there. So, all right, and you up. So I mean, this hit my target of 1450 today. I said that if it's going to continue, it has to go to, or it'd have to gap up or close on or something of that nature. Now, if I was still long on it, I would feel good about it, but I would need to see 1450 break up. How did I scam PBS? Oh, are you one of those people who saw my comment on that post? That's fucking crazy. There's 43,000 people who liked that comment. And I still get messages every single day. I'll talk about that later, maybe. But it's pretty common sense, man. If you're gonna do that, man, you've got AI by your side. If you have a girlfriend or something like that, you can make it happen. Yeah. But it's also justice, and I stand for it. So all right, anyway, let's see here. In you heli. What the heli? That's not that bad. I was definitely wrong about that candle. Okay, so now you've got more of a basin. Right. What the hell? Theoretically not gonna buy, ain't got an answer to. Wait, what? Theoretically? I don't know what you're talking about. All right. Okay, so I mean, I think you guys have the right idea here. You've got a floor right there. You're banging up against it. You got a great candle close. Against that, you're looking for your next target, which is going to be 25.89. If that's reclaimed, you have a great play up to 30. I mean, it's about as simple as that. CDX. But do you have to be secure? No, man, just have your homie, you know. I can't do this right now, man. Sorry. 159.10 is still the same. You have a gap fill, excuse me, at 159.78, and that's going to be my next target or the next target. You tap the 50% mark in between those two targets, and then beyond that, your first candle, green candle to your left, is going to be at 161.50. All right. Let's see here. Marvel up for earnings. It has earnings today. Is that true? Or at least I'm assuming Thursday. Okay, wait, no. Yeah, I'm not really sure when that is, but All right, so weekly time frame, let's get a general idea of what's happening here. So this is where you're currently being held down. What happens when you get up above that? It seems like you go all the way to 85.40 or you rip ass, at least in the last go round. So I mean, as far as like just simplifying this, there's a play eventually all the way back up into those 102s when you get a weekly handle close outside of 78.50, 77.50, right? I think 78.50 is a safe bet there. Now as far as reversing and getting back up to the upside, that's going to be a whole different story, right? Because you're probably going to end up having to be down here on the hourly, maybe the 2 hour. Yeah, you're going to have to take this step by step. There's step one. So, well, sorry, I keep forgetting it has earnings. With the proper catalysts, you definitely have the potential to go and break. So I don't hate the setup, I guess. Being that it is inside of this box. How does it respond on earnings? That's pretty damn good. Oh, holy shit. Okay. Yeah, so definitely not outside the risk factor. I like that it moves the way that it does, so I can endorse that. Gap ER Thursday. So we talked about this one this morning. We're aiming towards the 24 and 25 area. It's got a ton of empty space up above it. I think, having next week's contracts could be a pretty smart thing to do if you do decide to do that. Being that this thing, I'm not saying it can't, but on a few earnings, not too long ago, it took a week or so after earnings to kind of really, really get to ripping. I mean, it stayed ripping, but it just kept going. And that's been true, a few other times as well. So, shorter expiration obviously looks good, but yeah. Apple to the upside, or wait, up. Okay, so my first disagreement here is just going to be period, end of story. This thing does not have my kind of empty space. The only empty space that I see that has not been filled, and you filled up all the empty space I see up. The only empty space I guess could be here. Excuse me. But I see it down, right? And you're hanging on to that level. So you're like smushed. Again, these are the areas where I'm like, beware, because it's the toughest place to trade. And it's also the toughest place to make decisions until a candle closes. So, how does IWM puts into tomorrow sound? Sounds a little hungry, but I definitely see Apple coming down, Henry. I mean, I think that's inevitable, to come down and retest at some point. But we shall see. Did you guys hear about Apple's new announcement too? You'll never believe it, dude. The same company that made the pagers for Israel is working for Apple. Google it. I wish I was kidding. I'm still trying to make sure that's true, dude, but I just like every place I could see. Yeah. Just throwing that out there.
Ferrero CEO is at Taco Bell.
Oh god. That's dangerous. That's too political, actually. Don't say that again. WFC. That's not bad. Nice little pop outside of that little box right there. So most recent price action should guide you. Yes, very good. I see 81. It's the median of that range. Perhaps 81.60 as well, but that's 81.75, 81.60. That'd be the first target for me. No, it's for the newer Apple stuff. So I don't know. I might have to switch to Android, dude. If they don't like what you post online, imagine your fucking phone just boom. You have hurt Israel's feelings. Murphy Oil. I see empty space on this one as well. Right? I see empty space on this one. I see a floor recovered. I don't like the price action, but that's just because I'm a picky little bastard about it. But You've got a nice little box up there. You got empty space. The first green candle to your left, and the most recent price action is 25.19. That's where I would be banking on that going. It's got a good candle close up against that wick, so that'd be my next target. SoFi to the upside. I think that one was going to the upside, and dude, it's so. I think what I told you guys previously was at the weekly wick. Or why do I have it measured out like that? Okay, so you're nearing the candle close. The only thing that I can do at this point is split that wick in half. 27.36. But first, 26.40. 26.50. Hard cap. I like the $4 strike a little bit better. Nomin. Again, it's just the third time you got empty space above you. I don't really think it's worth overcomplicating too much. If you were long on this, I don't hate it. I like the fact that you wicked down and then pulled yourself back up. So if I was long on this one, it'd be $11. That would be my target. The U.S. government looks to subsidize companies in the form of owning them. Sounds like a yeah. If not communist, why communist shape? I tell you what, my old World War II grandpa used to tell me. No, I was kidding. Sorry. One of my favorite jokes. I heard you say Israel 2 times, but Netanyahu appears in your mirror. I wouldn't try it. S up earnings Thursday. Okay. So many negative opinions of Trump, but none of y'all said anything negative about the past administration. Does anybody want to correct that guy? Because I think we spent the entire time roasting the shit out of Biden. Yeah, we complained the whole time about how senile he was. I don't know if you were there, but if in order to fit your comfort, I hate all politicians. And if you're slurping up a politician, you're a cuck. And you need to get a fucking sack. Sack the fuck up. You're an American.
Israel. Ah!
Listen, now's not the time. I don't care about being political. I'm going to speak up. It's not the time to shut the fuck up. All right, HPQ has earnings. I want it, at least because I have runners on it. I think that is soon. Yeah, they both are. Suck balls, dude. HPQ though, as far as an earnings setup though, I mean, all I can really do, I'm not American, cannot be a cuck. You can't. You you're watching this all go down if you're not here. I see the top. I mean, that's what else can I go for on that? 29. How does it respond to earnings? Holy shit. Holy shit. Okay, so it doesn't really do good. Definitely would have some downside there, maybe at 26. Or maybe even all the way at 25. Yeah, it's just such a dumbass argument. Let's see here. What else do we got, guys? I already did Bank of America. GameStop. What did they say? Or Thomas Adams said, or it was Thomas Jefferson. Said the tree of liberty is occasionally watered with the blood of tyrants and patriots.
No, that was Benjamin Lincoln.
Shut the fuck up. GameStop on the weekly is consolidated at that 50% mark still, weeks and weeks. So there's a pop. It's gonna pop. It's probably going to happen relatively soon. You're getting close to that third wave there, so I would assume, probably within the next couple of weeks, that empty space up above you is a vulnerability up to 2716 and 2922, but that might need to go and touch that actual $21 floor to pop back up. Would I ever do it? No, but I wish you the best of luck. BBWI. Where the fuck is a Bath and Body Works, dude? They're like gone. I have not seen one.
Everybody loves a BBW.
Isaiah,
Yeah. I think of the same thing every time.
Isaiah,
somebody
I'll be
requests
right
that.
back. Give me like a couple minutes.
No.
Actually, I might not even be back because Randon's calling me. Hold on.
All right, cool.
Okay,
Thanks
bye,
for letting us know.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh,
4 is 7 years ago. Looking ass. All right. Yep.
sorry, I didn't mean to unmute. My fault.
That's all right. You're in trouble.
Says every-
Can I ask you a question though, Potter, before you go on?
Let me finish this sentence, or I will not be able
Son
to
of a
go on.
bitch.
Sorry. 3340 is the top of this box. It's not really my favorite. Is it got earnings? Okay, it does have earnings. Does it respond to earnings very well? Okay, you had a dump and then kind of a weird little skip hop. That one ended up as a dump. This one ended up, it kind of rolls over is what I'm, so it literally the same thing here, the same thing there. So you have the floor there at $25. Next week would be my target. All right, what do you want? Or what do you need?
Wow, so hostile, dude.
It's all right. I'm moving fast, son.
What do you want? What do you want?
You're on a bullet
no,
train
I was
right now.
gonna say I was hella busy today. I just wanted to know if you had a watch list so I can go chart some stocks.
Tesla, Snow, UPS, TTD, Kava, Trip, Neo, SMCI, ALK. Your mom. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I can't.
All right, thank you.
Check
Bye.
that.
Yep.
Just
Damn, that is minty. Seems like that could have waited. All right.
That couldn't wait. Are you kidding me? I gotta chart these in like 12 minutes.
He also said, "Hey, sorry to interrupt you, but while I've interrupted you, can you chart this?"
Love that, isn't
I
it?
didn't
Yeah,
ask him to chart
interrupt
shit.
the whole flow.
It's all right, guys. He's from Brazil. It's not his fault.
I don't need Potter to chart for me.
He just came here with his.
I just need to watch this.
I was busy. So
Vaze for day.
I just want to know what the watch list is.
So Nvidia went to that
Bye-bye.
50% mark, didn't it? Yeah, it did. Damn. I mean, maybe a quick retest of 179, but obviously the look here is that it could go for the punchback. Okay. So tighten your pants. Do it. All right. What else do we got? It is 3:50. We got 10 minutes left. We got Bond up, BR. What the fuck does that mean, buddy? BYND, I am a white Nigerian. That's an interesting comment. Thank you for that. Do you think one day we'll have a normal stream? Broadridge. I'd rather jump off a Broadridge than trade this one. Holy shit. You're about to touch down here shortly for hours. I'd be looking at that 22.54.80, and then if that fails, I'd be looking at 250. KO, Porfa, Poppy, or I'll touch you. Okay. See? What's that gonna do? Coca-Cola. Who the fuck is shaking Coke up? Holy living hell. That thing. Okay, so either you're about to fly into it. No, you're dying. You're gonna die. Hold on. I'm about to have a Jimmy Neutron brain blast here. Hold on. Something. Oh, dude, hold on. I smell it. I taste it. You guys taste the high fructose corn syrup?
What?
Don't worry about it.
What's Court Store?
They've rebranded it now. It's something else.
No mail? What the fuck?
what you don't want to hear at a gender
We-
reveal.
And Jimmy Neutron moment's gone.
And that's the end of the analysis for the day, guys. The mail didn't come. Potter checked on out.
No male? Female?
You like it?
He told the motherfucker not stop looking in his window, and now he mad the mailman don't come around.
You heard that? All right. Well, I'll ban him. Okay. He's just
I'm
said,
sorry.
yeah, ban him. That was
No,
crazy.
not no. I'm sorry. I didn't know there was children in the room.
Bye.
Bye, kiddos.
I mean, it's hard not to see this one as heavy, but obviously you're gonna have to. If you take a shot on this one, you got to recognize the empty space underneath you and the fact that you haven't touched the floors yet. And when you do, you definitely could bounce. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, it does look. The move is coming. I think being right about that move is what makes this so difficult. But the cool thing about it is the explorations that you can grab. You can still keep it cheap. So, all right. Let's see. Dell 24. I like that. It's got to be a focus here in the lower time frame. Okay, so that makes more sense. They're trying to give us a Disney Chase card, credit card. I knew we went to Disney. And like we saw how much they spent. Yeah, we'll get it. All right. So you've got a overhead right here. I mean, that's what's holding you down at right 131.88. You have a first screen candle there on the 2, and this is the 2 hour, mind you. 4 hour has nothing but empty space. But the fact of the matter is you are going red as you're approaching this wall. So if this falls back down, you're going to need to basically look at the most recent price action at this box here, because that's going to dictate whether you pull back, bounce, and move back up, or punch down, which would have a large impact. Get it so we can go to Disney in a few weeks. I decided I'm not going to Disney. I'm booking tickets to Universal. Just can't give that mouse any
Yes.
more fucking money, dude. Old fucking bastard.
Should go to Potter World.
I go. Potter,
We
please
are in
lure
Potter's
me.
world.
Please
That's
lure
his Narnia
me
closet.
into your ice cream truck and never let me return. Brock, is your family nearby? Should put them on the phone. Who you talk to? With Dell, you got empty space, so that's immediately my instinct is, to look up there. Downsides, obviously, less descriptive, but I do see a 116 and a 137 target. I mean, not very exciting. Can I adopt you? I'm struggling right now, dude. Hold on. No more. Open door. You gotta write the actual ticker name, because I just thought you were telling me to open my door. I thought I was like, this guy's being weird. Okay, so open tried to go and wick past that old target and failed. It's kind of slipping. So I would be looking at open door. 50% of that candle retracement. Yeah, you're coming back down to go and touch at least 427, but that could end up being a retest all the way at 329 if it powers down. The only alternative here, you are holding that wick. If you can build a box right there, that might save you, but I think this thing's coming down. How is Disney looking at me? It's a good question, actually. Not my favorite. No, I was really glad that some of you guys were able to trade this thing, but I think at this point now that you've ran into this heavy overhead, there is possibly a punch down here that could be played. And I think okay, so let's look at this play. If I decided to take this play anytime soon, the only way I'm taking this trade is if I'm taking it to 100. That's the only way. I mean, there's definitely room for profit taking around 107, depending on what contracts we're able to select. There's a gap fill at 105. These are all make for wonderful trim targets. But Disney, if down now, again, we're not in a territory where we can say that yet. We still have the looming potential punchback and move to the upside, which if you look at the weekly, it's there. But yeah, we're in an important. My least favorite thing is that we broke out and fell back in. That obviously is like either A, you're going to consolidate and build, or you're going to break. Dap back down and find the volume. So
Hey, Garrett, got a quick question for you. Stelio says Ivy needs you at 4 p.m. Thank you.
Ivy needs me at 4 p.m. Ivy, do you have another meeting? No, I'm just kidding. It's been so long. Remember when you had meetings, dude?
Shop, you're not reading my comment. No, I'm just saying, like, would be nice to have an emergency meeting about that rat.
Oh, about that rat.
Ooh.
Did you hear the way she said that?
Can we all join this meeting?
I was gonna say, yeah, how much to join the meeting?
How much to join the meeting?
Oh,
I don't know. Ivy,
50
charge him
bucks
whatever
to
you
join.
want. Ivy, dude, they screenshotted you, man. You got to ban Burge, dude. That's the only way to get rid of these screenshots. Christ.
That's wild.
Not the Burge man.
You got to clean
Carter, I
this.
think you skipped D-Train. She asked a question.
Oh no, D-Train, you can yell at me. Oh, QQQ below. Can you look at that on the close? Yeah, we got 2 minutes here. I think this, looking at this, yeah, it does look like it'll go back to 566. Looking at the candle close doesn't confirm that, but obviously heading in that direction, I could definitely see that happening here. Hold on 1 second. Person with a package. Nothing inside all day. The crazy thing is this could all happen overnight, and he could bounce before you could even take profit on that. But you said you got an alert to Kava to the downside. I still have one last, so that you definitely have a great place to set a stop loss. Don't get me wrong, which is 66.25. But you still have this range here that I'm looking at, which is 65 through 64. Yeah, I like the cues down for a pullback going into tomorrow. But obviously that looking at this, when I just instinctively I see that's what I see. That just feels like natural price action. Maybe dipping to obviously 566.50 would be the most obvious target for tomorrow. You have empty space going all the way to 564. That could occur. Now, perhaps this also plays into got a wide fluctuation in price and a little. Damn, girl. Sheesh. That was pretty sexy. Damn. If fucking. That's what I see. Anyway. That's if it breaks range, but we'll see.
Damn, SPY, SPX, all of them dumped into close.
Yeah, what the fuck did you do, Kate?
Oh, that hit the floor. Damn, sliding right into that floor. Ooh, there's a lot of space. That was crazy. Yeah, dude. Watch. I don't know, man. I feel really good about that one. With those lineup, when we get a lineup like that, I usually feel pretty good about it. So I gotta go mow the lawn. Del
Do you
ER.
wait for the sun to go down to mow the lawn?
No.
We
Because your skin
I
type.
wait till about 5 or 6 usually, or I mow at about 10 or 11 because I'm nice and I don't do what some of my neighbors do, which start fucking blowing at 5:30 or 6:30 in the fucking morning on a
You
Saturday.
wait till they're eating dinner, huh?
Yeah, they can talk over that shit. Yeah, it is because of my skin tone. You
I do
constant-
mine at midnight.
Midnight. You're that guy.
Yeah, did
People who use
Yeah,
gas
it seems
powered
like kind of
blowers need to
cutting
be put
grass.
down. Oh, dude, there's mad people in here who do landscaping who definitely use gas powered blowers. So, what about Ethereum? I don't know. I haven't looked at that one. No shit. God, dude, I gotta start drinking crypto. That shit's fucking. Oh my god, dude! When this thing, if this, oh my god, look at this. So you're sitting right here. I'm gonna go to weekly. Oh my god! So you're losing that. You're gonna go touch 425. They'd call ICE if I mowed my lawn at certain times. Shit, if you live in my area, dude, I'd stand in your front yard, block you with white privilege.
all I know is I'm glad I don't live at Cade's farm.
Listen, you don't want that, dude. You don't want that.
You know how many
Especially if you-
times I'd get ice called on me?
Oh yeah.
And I say times because they wouldn't do anything. You know? I just run.
I feel bad for you. Like, you know what? He's gonna be in
I
prison.
feel like Cade would hide you at his farm really well, though. You know what I mean?
Cade wouldn't hide me. Cade would be the one who called. Are you serious?
I feel like the store down the road, though, they would definitely call.
Give me $1,000 for the Brazilian.
Are we actually gonna have a meeting or that'd be cool?
Wait, Marzel gets to go to the meeting?
You just kind of
Everyone's legal on my farm.
no. It's yeah. Tell Marzel to get on after your meeting. Getting on what? Oh,
Tell Marzel
contractors?
FaceTime us for the meeting.
Oh, I'm down. Are you guys playing contractors today?
I don't know.
I missed Bobby's text the other day. I really wanted to play, but I was playing with my buddies
Yeah, as
and I
long as you
completely
calm
missed it.
down, dude.
Calm down. Last time I checked, you died.
Yeah, you calm down. Gotta calm down, Marzel. That's all we gotta do sometimes. You just gotta calm down.
Listen, bro, I'll turn into a mole so fast. Dude.
Oh God, you little shit.
So that would be
The
the least. You would
contrast
be the
between
least
that
susceptible.
black wife beater and the white skin is oof.
Why is it always got to be black with you, kid?
What'd you say? What are you talking about?
It's just a lot of contrast of colors.
Are you talking about me and my compression tank?
What?
I don't know.
Is this a TikTok thing I
Are,
can't
are
see?
you
Hold on.
wearing one of those ladies' shirts that tucks the tummy in?
No, it's just a white beater that's a little too tight. Call it compression tank. Damn, I didn't have tickets to the gun show. Dude, I'll whip them out. My arms will tiny. They're in there. They're in there. All right.
Potter, I think Ivy's serious, Potter.
Don't pull a muscle now.
Spaghetti arms.
I'll rip this goddamn shirt right off the.
Ivy just at him here.
Yeah, Potter, I
fellas.
need you.
You guys have a good one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Goodbye.
All right, guys. You
Buenas
guys take care.
noches.
Buenas noches, pinche.
Buenas noches.
No mames, way.
Cubanos.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
I'm coming.
Oh my god.
Bro, when I heard that, I see it now. I did not feel like I sounded like that.